Tom Brady's quarterback controversy with Jimmy Garoppolo was as big as any in NFL history, as big as Brett Farve and Aaron Rodgers, or Joe Montana and Steve Young. But what made it such a controversy that it ended in Jimmy Garoppolo being forced out of New England by a trade by Brady. And although it seems crazy that the GOAT would be threatened by any quarterback in the NFL, I'll be telling you exactly why Tom Brady felt like Jimmy Garoppolo was coming to take his job in New England, and how Tom Brady forced out this threat and convinced the New England Patriots to commit to Brady long term. And also, what was their relationship as two competitive quarterbacks in the NFL, from Tom Brady the GOAT to Jimmy Garoppolo, a young superstar. So I hope to give you a detailed, entertaining story of how Jimmy Garoppolo went from a quarterback controversy to being the highest paid player at his position at the time, and what caused him to be traded to the 49ers. Garoppolo was drafted in the second round by New England in 2014, 62nd overall, from Eastern Illinois University. Garoppolo knew he would be playing under Tom Brady, and although Garoppolo never admitted it publicly until he was on the 49ers, he came into this position eventually thinking he would win the starting job from Brady, saying, "Competing with a player of Brady's caliber required me to get in the mindset that I would eventually steal his job. Even when I was a little kid, my brothers and I would play games, and I would literally always think I was going to win. I wouldn't, but I'd always think I was. So when I got to New England, when I first got there, I thought in my head, I'm better than this dude. It was always a quiet confidence. I would never speak that publicly, but I always thought it." But knowing he had plenty to learn, Garoppolo sat under Brady for 2 straight seasons, saying that everything he did, he never tried to be too much of a pest and ask too many questions. Just watching and observing Tom Brady from afar, how he went around his business on and off the field. Whatever he did, it was always the right way. He gave me a huge good example when I was young. The only chance Garoppolo got before 2016 was in a game known as Tom Brady's worst game as a Patriot, in a huge 41-14 blowout to the Kansas City Chiefs, where Garoppolo saw playtime in the fourth quarter due to Brady being benched. He scored 1 touchdown, and even though Bill Belichick confirmed Brady as the starter, I'm sure this is the first time Tom Brady saw Jimmy Garoppolo as a threat to his job. Garoppolo only saw very little playtime the rest of the season, only in garbage time moments when nothing he did mattered. But finally, Jimmy Garoppolo got his first chance to start, 2 years later after being drafted and sitting behind Tom Brady, when Tom Brady had a 4-game suspension because of his involvement in Deflategate, and Jimmy took full advantage of these first 2 games, throwing 4 touchdowns, no interceptions, 500 yards with a 68 completion percentage. But late in the second quarter of the second game starting, after being hit by Dolphins' Kiko Alonso on 3rd and 9, Jimmy Garoppolo left the game with a shoulder injury and did not return. This was Garoppolo's last chance to start this season, and here is where the first bump in Jimmy Garoppolo and Brady's relationship seems to be. After his shoulder injury, Garoppolo sought treatment at the TB12 Sports Therapy Center, which is run by Alex Guerrero, Tom Brady's trainer and business partner. But when Garoppolo showed up to his appointment, the doors were locked and none of the TB12 trainers he called answered their phones. Garoppolo went to the team's athletic trainers instead. Guerrero, Tom Brady's business partner, denied to ESPN that he ever refused to treat Garoppolo. But according to the report, 2 weeks later Garoppolo was treated at TB12, but only after a high-ranking member of the Patriots called and asked why Garoppolo had not been treated. Because of these, rumors spread of a quarterback controversy in New England, with NFL Network's Ian Rappaport saying Tom Brady was paranoid of any other quarterback taking snaps for the Patriots. Tom Brady was so competitive that Garoppolo described a competition that him and Tom Brady had called the Bucket Challenge, where Tom Brady and another quarterback would compete to throw a certain number of balls into a bucket. While it seems like a harmless game on the surface, Brady took it so seriously that he wouldn't even speak to Jimmy Garoppolo on the occasion that he lost. And entering the 2017 season, the pressure between Garoppolo and Brady started to rise, with Brady being a free agent the coming year with no contract, and Bill Belichick wanting Garoppolo to replace Brady rather than extending a 40-year-old quarterback. It even went as far as Belichick offering Brady to the 49ers in 2017 before Pats owner Robert Kraft refused to let Belichick trade Brady. Belichick, throughout the entire 2017 NFL season, tried to work out a 4-year extension with Garoppolo around $17 or $18 million a year, but Garoppolo repeatedly rejected the Patriots' offer and was not happy sitting behind Brady for years to come. Because the Patriots owner Robert Kraft refused to let Brady leave or be traded, Garoppolo knew he would not be able to start for the Patriots unless Robert Kraft decided to let Tom Brady go. And during the 2017 season, Garoppolo said Brady started to make fun of him when tensions were high, saying he was lazy if he took a break, took time off, or was not early for practice, saying he couldn't play quarterback if he didn't put in the work. The two quarterbacks were friendly, but Brady, like Joe Montana to Steve Young and Brett Farve to Aaron Rodgers, didn't see it as his role to advise Garoppolo, even in matters as trivial as footwork, as nobody helped Brady during his climb. It had previously been reported that the 49ers asked Belichick about the availability of Garoppolo in a trade as far back as February the previous year. At this point, Belichick told the 49ers that he was not interested in trading Garoppolo. So what happens next is definitely the reason that Garoppolo got traded. 2 weeks before the trade deadline, on October, Brady went to Robert Kraft and demanded that the Patriots trade Jimmy Garoppolo immediately. There was then a series of meetings between Bill Belichick and Robert Kraft that left Bill Belichick furious and demoralized after being ordered to trade Jimmy Garoppolo. And here is what shows how much Bill Belichick wanted Jimmy Garoppolo to be the Patriots starter. He made a deal with the 49ers even though it didn't help the team as much as it helped Jimmy Garoppolo, because he got multiple offers that were way bigger. The offers we have details on are the 49ers and Browns. The Browns offered multiple picks, including an early second rounder, but Bill Belichick took one of the worst offers that he got from the 49ers because he knew Kyle Shanahan personally, and he knew he was a great coach, and he wanted Jimmy Garoppolo to thrive on his new team. After the trade, Brady simply said, "Well, Jimmy was a great teammate. He's a great friend, and he always will be. I want nothing but the very best for him. He's earned the trust of his teammates and the respect of his teammates, and that's all you can ever ask as a player." And here's one of my favorite stories of Tom Brady and Jimmy G, which never surfaced until right after he was traded to the 49ers. Jimmy Garoppolo knows better than to ever say a negative word about Tom Brady, but it doesn't mean the former New England Patriots quarterback backup is going to sit back and let people claim he's slower than one of the slowest guys in the NFL, and that Tom Brady is faster than him. A tweet mentioned the secret speed of Tom Brady. The tweet outlined a story of how Tom Brady supposedly once beat Garoppolo in a foot race. Garoppolo responded to this tweet with his own, saying, "Come on, man, let's not make up crazy things like that." Garoppolo then played the last 5 games for the 49ers and went 5-0 on a 1-10 team, which proved Garoppolo's worth and ended in him becoming the highest paid player in the NFL at the time. And in his next healthy season, he led the 49ers to the Super Bowl with a 13-3 record. And before his first Super Bowl start, Brady wished Garoppolo good luck, in a text which was described as Garoppolo as just being simple good luck, go handle business, not complicated at all, and just go win. And in the following offseason, with Brady being a free agent, he reportedly made it known he wanted to join the 49ers more than any other team. But they chose Jimmy G, and John Lynch revealed that the 49ers did have internal discussions about cutting Jimmy G and signing Tom Brady. But they decided to stick with believing in Jimmy Garoppolo. And although Jimmy G has been injured a lot in the recent years, he's been a very capable franchise quarterback. And Tom Brady has since won 2 Super Bowls, one with Tampa Bay, and things seem pretty good for both quarterbacks. Well, that's the story of Tom Brady's quarterback controversy with Jimmy Garoppolo. I hope you enjoyed. Hitting the like is awesome, and I'll catch you guys in the next upload. Until next time.